Let's do it.
Good.
So we're going to get Zen. We're going to put our feet flat on the floor, palms up as I do, or you can just leave it to your side. You're going to take in 3 deep breaths through your nose and out. Exhale slowly through your mouth. And as you're doing that, think of something that you are grateful for. Begin. I am so grateful for this community that's willing to go on this journey with us. All right, my shoulders could use a little bit relaxing, so I'm going to rotate them behind 3 times and then rotate them in the front. Oh, that's feeling good. So I know the next one we get to will be the neck roll. I don't know why I start off on my left, but I always do. Slowly, because your neck is a very fragile thing here. So slowly rotate your chin to the front, slowly to the right shoulder. And behind, do not overextend. And then back to the left shoulder. Then do the reverse slowly. Sometimes I hear creaks, sometimes I don't. I'm definitely hearing creaks. That still feels really good. Okay. And for me, I need my fingers to be a little bit limber. So I'm first just opening and closing, opening and closing. I like the prayer hands though, because it also involves the wrists. I'm not sure this is called prayer hands, but that's what I'm calling it. And then in the reverse. I'm going to shake out. And I like Peggy's clasping the hands and over, up, to the side, and back down. Okay, so I wanted to play today. You know, my heart rate went down quite a bit. I wanted to do several things today. I wanted to introduce some new tangles, but still use some old ones. And then I wanted to play around with going over and under tangles. Normally we work within a string, so we don't actually cross over into a tangle or from a tangle. And then the concept of transitioning from one tangle into another. Transition is probably a good word, but it's actually morphing an existing tangle into the beginnings of another tangle. We're just playing around, so we're just trying to start to do this. There's so much more involved in getting good at that, but we're just going to start today. And in the process of doing that, we're going to emphasize how important it is to aura and do rounding. We're going to play a little bit with shading because we normally do where your lines converge, something that's behind versus the front, or try to shape something. That's typically how we do shading. But there are different shadings that we can do that don't apply to those rules. And then hopefully when you finish this, you'll have some lessons learned. Let me show you what I ended up doing that I gave up on because it just wasn't working until I turned it upside down and then use color to emphasize what was front, what was in the back. I can't.
Just push the side button and it'll stop. The right side button, just push it in.
Thank you.
It's okay.
Set up professional audio and audio settings. I don't have my audio. Oh, no, I'm good. Okay.
You do.
Can you all hear? All right.
Yeah, everything's fine.
It just popped up. Okay. So this started out this direction, thicker at the bottom. And then
Haunani, back it up a little bit. And then just there.
That's it.
I can see when the light changes, but
It's just at an angle is the issue. I don't know why, but that's
Yeah.
good.
Good.
so that was intended to be my bottom. But the way I did the tangos, it just wasn't working because then my mucus is upside down. So I went ahead and turned it upside down.
Yeah.
And therefore, I then had to correct some other things to make it work. But you see, so there's a new tango to the left, or I don't know if it's your left, it's my left, and it's in white. It's called Puppy Hugs. And then the green is called Frondus. I'll show you the spelling of these in a moment. And then a 5-star or a 6-star with the tweed. And then Fife is the pink. Of course, you know the mucas. And I don't know what the purple is, but it was a way to transition from the Fife to it. And then the Fife, I also transitioned to the mucas. Like I said, I'm just beginning to play with this concept of how you transition or how you morph from one tangle into another. Okay. So this looks complicated, I understand. You're not going to do this per se. What you're going to do is take the concept of going over and under. Oops. For example, this one goes under or through it.
Right.
And,
Oh, yeah. Right.
and this one goes over it.
Yeah.
So just play, whether you're working with a square tile or a round tile, this happens to be a 5x5 that I used the Zendella as a template originally. And I'm going to note on here, you see this thin white border?
Yes.
Yes.
See how important that was to help define that direction
Yes.
and to separate it?
Yep.
See the green frondus? That could have used aura.
Can't see colors too much.
You don't?
No, I
I
don't.
see it.
Yes.
Mine's
That's cool.
fine.
Okay, so the frondus does not have, the green does not have an aura. It really would have helped if it did. Just like that white borderline, that's nothing more than an aura. Now, the puppy hugs, I did aura, so that did help to stand out a bit. So, and then there's rounding within the frondus. It's really hard when you can't see the details.
There you go.
Yeah.
We
And
see.
I'll show you the rounding when we start to do the actual angles. So the assignment today will be take your tile, work with the different tangles, some that I'm going to introduce to you, some that you can do on your own as well. You know, just select. Okay. So the first one is going to be called Puppy Hugs. That's the white one. It is familiar because it is a combination of Cadent and Huggins. I love how headquarters comes up with different names. So just draw a line that you're going to follow, and you're going to put circles, small circles, not dots, but actual circles. They're all,
One line?
I'm sorry? The
Draw
line
one.
is just a guide, just as a guide. It could be a straight line. I did a slight curve
So like in pencil.
in pencil.
And circles either side of that or on it or
Either
side.
side, like the picture.
Oh,
I'm having a hard time seeing the picture. I think I need to, yeah. Anyway.
you know what? Let me make that line a little bit
No,
darker.
it's okay. It's me. My glasses are in the other room. I would go
Right,
get them.
exactly. It's okay, don't worry.
All right. I'll wait till she gets back though, so she can begin seeing the first strokes. So as in Huggins, you come around the circle, the top of the circle, and you do an S curve to the bottom of the second circle. So I'm going to do the first one. Joanne's not back yet.
I'm back.
So we're going to work first from the very top circle, the top of the top circle. We're going to do a S curve around
Oops.
to the bottom, to the second circle. So I exaggerated it a little bit.
Go around the second circle or
Yep, yeah,
under it. Go around the second circle.
go around or just under it. I
Partway
stopped
around.
the stroke a little bit, sorry.
Well, there's a difference.
Yes,
As you come around the second circle, you're on top of the circle.
correct.
So you start on the right side and you go to the left.
Correct.
Yeah.
And then the second stroke, you're going to start on the top again
Oh,
and make another S to the following one.
I did it wrong already.
This is just like Huggins. And you're going to continue.
I did it wrong.
Until it looks like that.
Under and over. Screw it.
Then we're going to go on the other side. And do the reverse S.
Oh, then it's left or right.
It's left to right, correct.
Doing this correctly because I don't see it.
Can you hold that up again, Hanani?
Sure.
Okay.
This is just what you do in Huggins.
Right, exactly, Huggins. It's just you're doing it in a row down instead of in pairs, that's all. And it's called Puppy Hugs, Hanani?
Puppy Hugs.
Yep,
I thought it was cute.
that seems appropriate.
And then we're going to put hats, and I'm going to do the first one. Between the dots, you want to curve them, curve the hat.
Looks like a vertebrae.
Yep. And
This is
then
not going well.
you are going to aura the hat on the top side, just above it. It's going to be a tethered aura. And look like that.
Yeah, I'm crossing the lines here. I
And
got it.
we're doing that for each one.
Yes. Now, you actually don't need to tether the auras. It can be a true aura. But when you're working in a small space, it ends up being a tethered aura. If you were working on a larger space, like a opus tile, you would end up doing a regular aura. Okay. Then you're going to add a crescent moon. That also gets auraed. That's why it's a crescent moon.
Can we see what you're doing?
I'm going to show you in a moment.
It's different watching you doing it than just seeing the picture.
Yes, that is true. That's why we use document cameras, but we got a little snafu today, so.
So crescent moon is nothing more than a half circle that's auraed.
Connie,
Yes?
I know this is kind of bringing it all the way back to the beginning, but I was trying to do a little step out here and I already forgot what we did in the first step. So after you do after we do the circles, just from the very, very beginning, can you break it down real quick of when we're making the S, do we start at the bottom of the circle closest to the line, or do we start at the top of the circle and bring it down towards the guideline?
I understood the question. Give me a.
Okay.
I'm using two different colored pens to show.
Perfect.
Does that help?
It does sort of help. Hold on. Yes. Thank you.
And then you put your cap on. Note I now put in triangles on the other side of the aura, and I color it in and aura it just like I did the crescent moon. I'm also coloring in the triangle.
Can you show that again?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you.
So a half moon on the top of the aura and a triangle on the bottom. So it's like a tear, a teardrop.
I made them too big. Yeah.
Sometimes when you're doing your practice, going big is helpful
Yeah,
because
it your triangles look like they come out of the edges of the crescent moon, and my crescent moons are enormous. Yeah.
and this is one where they typically will aura because there are so many parts to it. And it's normally done in strings or in a row versus in a large space. So now I'm going to aura it. And everywhere I aura, you see the difference from the right to the left?
Mm-hmm.
I only have the aura on the one side.
Mm-hmm.
Then I do some rounding. I just did it on the first two on the bottom, the rounding. It's kind of
Yeah.
slow. But that helps to emphasize the shape. And you're going to want to aura on both sides and do the rounding. The shading is pretty straightforward, right? Underneath the cap, if you will, because it's going on the inside. And that is puppy hugs. Do you want me to shade or you got that?
I am nowhere near shading.
Shading.
I would like to see the shading though.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I'm trying to keep up. This is,
I'm just gonna take a picture if you don't mind, Hanani.
no, let me,
Well- She's got to get it in focus first.
Right, I understand. I'm just asking permission.
Oh, I gotcha. No, it wasn't a criticism.
Yeah, this is, that's helpful. Then we have it in front of us. Yes.
You know
Good.
what? Yeah, I'm gonna take a picture also and just hold it steady because that was working.
So it's hard for me to see where you have shaded.
right
Yeah.
under, right, things show up differently on the camera, and I forget
Yes.
sometimes that we have to make it darker and or thicker lines.
Yes.
So give me. I'm doing it right underneath the hat aura to show that
Okay.
one goes into the other.
Okay.
I think I see it.
Yes.
By the teardrop. Correct?
On the teardrop, the
Yeah.
bottom half of the teardrop. yeah.
Either side of the,
No, not either side.
oh,
By the triangle.
On the
oh, okay.
triangle portion, because you're trying to show that it
Mhm.
snuggles to one another.
Mm-hmm.
If
Could
you,
you point to where you put the shading?
sure,
Yeah.
right, oops, see where the triangle part is?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
It's really an exercise in dexterity or reverse.
On either side of the triangle underneath the arch.
Thank you. Yes,
Mm-hmm.
only on the triangle side.
Mm-hmm.
See, on my tile, it's really shaded, but I see that you're not seeing it as much. So let me
Yeah.
just do it more.
Yeah, shading is always hard on a camera.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Did that,
Yes. That's better.
and the aura helps to show that it slides into one another.
I think I understood you to say you were auraing the triangle, but it doesn't look aura'd on there. Am I wrong?
Okay,
It's on either side of the triangle.
I don't mean the shading. I mean,
it is, but now that I've used the shading so much, can't see the aura anymore.
I see. Okay.
It blocks it a little bit.
Okay. Yep. Got it.
Finish that.
Gonna make this really dark for the next one. One. I gave myself a guideline in graphite. Can you see that?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
then I see,
What's the name of it?
Oh, we're doing a different, okay.
yep, we are
We're
moving
moving on.
What's
from,
the name of it though?
it is called, it's written Frondus, like a frond, O-U-S.
Okay.
Can't even zoom in on this. There, better?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And I'm doing seeds or rice seeds along in pairs. And you're going to color them in.
Oh, she's not home.
Let me know when you're done coloring in your seeds.
Can I
Can you
see?
hold that up a second, Hanani? Hold it up a minute.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Okay,
There's one at the very tip by itself as a tip. I appreciate your patience on this, guys. So if nothing else, you will have learned at least 3 new tangles. The rest you already know. You can always look it up online as well.
Is this a Zentangle?
Yep.
Tangle?
So I was about to say, you can always look up the tangles I'm working with you on today by just putting the name and put Zentangle Tangle, and there will be several references coming up. That's what it looks like at the moment.
Mhm.
The next part I'm going to do in segments, because if I do it all, you won't understand.
Oh, please.
This is pretty much organic.
Oh, yeah.
So you kind of have to just keep working it up. Some
Yeah.
people start out very wide at the bottom and then narrow it at the top.
And you go all the way around?
All the way around. And what you're going to end up doing later, once you see how it actually comes out, is you might want to go back into your little rice seeds and fill them in a little bit more.
Connie, can you show again? I'm sorry.
I'm trying to get far enough along so you can see.
Well, I want to see the shape. That's good.
Don't take a picture. Well, I guess you can take a picture at any time, but I was going to continue.
Thank you. Thank you.
I like this one because it is so organic. Now I'm going back in and coloring in my seeds and elongating them a little bit to fill them in to fit that space that I just drew for their leaves. I'm doing only one side so you can see the difference. You do not have to go back in and fill it.
Okay.
Nice.
The one on my right is filled in more than the one on the left, where I put the small ones.
Mhm.
Okay. No, no idea.
Sure.
And then I added rounding in between the leaves. Now, the shading on this, if you ignore the line that I have in the center, you can literally shade half of it and leave the other half unshaded. That will give it a little bit more dimension. It makes a difference how you interweave this into your design as to how you finalize your shading. I'm going to shade just the one half just to see, so you can see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I also did line weight on the tips.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Hanani, on puppy hugs, the guide, the line that we use for the guide, that gets erased,
Yep.
but on this one, it does not.
Yeah,
It does.
Oh, it
Just-
does.
Yeah, I left it because it's hard for you guys to see.
Okay.
oh, it's nice though. I kept the line there.
And you could,
Yes.
graphite.
Yeah, I like it.
But I would use the tortillon to spread it out a little bit.
Okay.
Let me try that. Better drawn out a little bit instead of a sharp line. Because if you keep it a sharp line, you may as well just ink in a line.
Right.
But it was never intended to be that way. Not everybody shades the frondus. Again, it depends on how you integrate it into your composition.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
But these are your rules, you know, guys.
Yeah.
The last one is called Fife. You've seen this one many times before. I did not know that Fife was flower of life. That's how they. Can you see that?
Nope.
Okay. Oh, you know, I'm going to switch to a larger pen.
Could you spell Fife?
F-I-F-E.
Thank you. Just like the instrument.
2 F's.
Wait, no, one F. There's an
F-
instrument,
F-I.
F-E.
F is in Frank, I is in iota, F is in Frank, E
Yep.
or S?
E. Flower of life.
Oh,
So basically, four dots and then a dot in the center. Make them fairly large so you have some room to work in there.
Yeah. Lots of dots. 2, 4, 5.
They will disappear. It's more for a guide.
Are we doing the dots with pencil or with pen?
You can do it with pencil. Or,
So it's a grid.
I would do it, yeah, it's a grid. And Fife is a grid tangle. I would do it with the 01 pen. It will disappear.
Okay, I have to draw the grid. So we're drawing a grid and then we're putting dots.
putting
No.
dots to make the grid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Putting dots
Yeah,
to
the
make,
dots are your grid.
Oh, you mean there are not lines between those dots?
No, it's just dots.
Jesus.
Not yet,
For the moment, it's just dots.
but this is an example of how your eye tends to create what the brain thinks should be there. Seriously.
Yeah.
Oh, God bless us.
I almost see lines myself now.
Okay.
We're going to use the rice pattern again.
I hate rice. My rice always looks totally awful.
On
I'm
Fife,
working on it. I'm working on it.
on Fife, it actually works out well. Okay, I'm going to get started. I connected just there.
yeah. All right.
I'm going to keep connecting. Give me just a quick moment.
Yeah. Good.
Just keep going all the way across.
And somehow you show the steps of that, Hanani?
Say again.
Can somehow you show the steps of that?
All right.
I got the dots, but it's the,
Okay, hold on. I'm doing that one stroke at a time. Can you see?
yes, okay.
That's the first half of the rice. And then I close it. And then at the point, I do another stroke and
All right.
another stroke.
Okay.
And then I, yeah.
Yeah, go to the next dot. Yeah, got it. Somehow I screwed up my dots.
So dot, dot. And that's why it's called a grid tangle. One of their grid tangles.
I have one dot left over. So I'll wait to see what you did.
Runaway dot.
Bonus.
Mimi, you'll turn it into something.
Yeah, I'll do something with it.
You have a gift.
I'm continuing to connect the dots to one another.
Is there more than one row in the grid?
Yes, and you'll see why.
Okay, now yep. Okey doke.
Aha, got it. Yep.
Okay.
So did you add,
More rice petals with the brown pen.
is that so that we could see the difference, or is that the
That is
way?
correct. No, it's so you could see the difference.
Okey dokey.
Or connecting.
Okay.
I added a horizontal line of rice.
Oh, Nani, would you show that one more time, the horizontal?
I will.
So that goes into.
I
The center.
Mine doesn't work that way.
We're just,
Somehow.
I don't have an empty horizontal.
I don't either.
Let's see, okay, I've got 2.
The dots are screwed up.
What's that?
If I do it this way, I do.
all right. I'm going to so that's how you get your flower after you start putting in hatch marks at the ends of the rice.
Hatch marks.
Now, given the time that we have, and there could be some confusion because you can't see me actually doing the line work, I would suggest that you look up Fife.
Mhm.
When you see it shaded, it's really, really pretty.
Yeah, we've done this before.
Early on, yes.
Yeah, yes.
I'm going to show you the star. So you can stop on Fife because I'm recommending, because your brain needs to be focused just on it. I speak from experience on that one. And I'm going to do the star. So I've just put down 3 lines that cross. Yeah.
Star.
You can also do 5 lines, but I'm not real good at that. So this is a 6-sided star instead of a 5-sided star. And then it's helpful if I'm going to use the dark or the thicker pen to put in a dot in a circle. Can you see the dots?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Because that's just a marker for me. And I'll show you what I'm doing with it. All right.
Okay.
Drawing more lines.
Short lines, real short. And then
Yeah.
edges of that little star, I'm drawing lines to the tip.
Got it.
So this one's real simple.
Can I see again?
Yes, please.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay, all the way to the tip.
Mhm.
So all your lines except for the lines to the tip are could be pencil?
No, they're all
You need
pen.
ink? They're all ink. Okay.
Okay, I am not following this at all.
Talk to me.
I don't, so you did the five or so the three crossed lines, we've got those five, then we've got the short ones. What was the next step? That's where and do you by chance, we came in late, we were having computer errors. Do you have a laptop that you can like go down like that and show your paper, or do you have a?
No, that's the problem, Anne Marie,
Okay.
that
We
her
came in late.
document camera isn't working. That's why
Yeah,
we're struggling
okay,
because the camera isn't working.
that's why I figured. I just didn't know if she had a laptop. Okay, so after the short lines,
Yeah, from that short line,
uh-huh,
that short line, take it and go to the tip of the end of your star. So there will be two lines coming from that short tip. I'm going to
Oh.
exaggerate that a little bit. So on one side, you see a partial. I don't know if you can see that little.
I get it. I get it. You have to kind of borrow.
Did that help a little?
Yeah.
You're kind of drawing an asterisk in the middle of your
Star.
star is what you're doing. And then you're using the ends of the asterisk to connect to the point of the original line.
Okay.
Thank you, Peggy.
No, it's okay. This is fascinating to me because what I realize is we don't listen to words when we do this. And that's because we're all dependent on the visual.
Yes.
And
Yes.
so we're so dependent on the visual, we almost don't hear the words. Even though Haunani's saying the words describing what our visual would be, we're not hearing it because we're so conditioned to see the visual. It's very interesting in a very frustrating way for poor Haunani, but it's still interesting.
Oh, I greatly appreciate that you guys are sticking here with me. Okay, that's the star.
Mhm.
It's a great string for betweed. So
Yeah,
do you
I
know
hear you.
how betweed got its name? I never knew. It was between an N, not with a D. There was a typo when it was first printed, and they were going to correct it, and I thought, kind of like betweed. So between became betweed. Betweed is going from one corner, from the tip up to one side, and then continuing it every other going down. So actually, I probably should have used this one. Not thick enough. And that's your typical betweed. For this project, we are curving it. Instead of just doing a straight line up, we're going to curve it. So again, I'm using a thicker pen. You would use a thinner pen and it would be more delicate than what I'm showing you.
Oh. Mhm.
And what's
Ah.
is the longer legs of the star are thinner, and then the shorter legs of the star, like up by the W, that gets really fat. But I like the effect.
Can you show that again, Hanani? Just a
Sure.
second.
Well, I'm going to show one stroke at a time. So I just did
Thank
that.
you.
I did the stroke in front of my finger.
There.
There you go.
It's curved on the one end. And now I'm going to do the curve on the other end. I think would help. Again, this looks really clunky because I'm trying to use darker ink or heavier lines so you can see. But it's this concept, straight lines. Oh, let me use this. Except, except I've kind of curved it.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Anyway,
Yes, they're going to be varying degrees of width. It's going to look really different, correct?
correct, but let me show you.
Okay, so those are fairly evenly spaced. I have one that's really narrow now. Yeah, yeah.
I wouldn't worry if the spacing is, I have no idea why it keeps doing that. I'm trying to stay as stable as I can. Oops.
Oh, that's good.
Fine.
That's good.
That makes a great space filler,
Yes.
Yeah.
the star in between.
Yep. And it gives a little bit of drama.
Mhm.
I didn't want to do color today, but there was so much line work. What I did really should be for a larger tile. But I had so much line work that you couldn't really see. And then the shading was going to just muddy everything. So I use color, not because I want you to use color, but so that you can see what I was trying to attempt to do. Now, it's really subtle, but oops, my right is my left. Anyway, here I try to get the muka stems coming out of the rice.
Yeah.
Same thing on this side. And that's what I'm trying to learn how to do, is to pick different tangles that you can play around with that so that the transition isn't so abrupt. Now, this is kind of abrupt, quite frankly, but I was just playing around.
Yeah.
So you see this is not how you would do your tile, And the mucas you can do, Printemps would really look good in there. And for the purple, I don't remember what that's called. I did that for my snake, and I still don't remember what it's called. So that's an example of trying to use a similar tangle. It's not white per se, like the fife, but it's close in shape. Questions? I would start a tile, but you can't see it, so I don't think it's productive to do that.
Hanani, the new tangles,
Yes,
can they be used within strings, or are they meant to blend kind of on like they do on your tile?
oh, no, actually, they are part of a string. But let me show you. So, I'm sorry, it's hard for me because where I'm pointing is backwards, reverse. All right, so, wait, let me look at this again. I actually used strings. Where's my original? Ah, here, okay. If you follow, okay.
Mm. Mm-mm.
All right,
There you go.
Hanani, bring it more into the center. No, I don't mean there,
That's
your
it.
center. Yes.
There, you're good.
until I bring this in.
Well, just back it up a little. There you go. Yeah, I know.
Okay, the fronds actually follow part of a string.
Oh,
And
Mhm.
the star with the between is therefore also within a string.
Mm-hmm.
a string is a line, right?
All
It's,
a string is making a section on the tile. Anyway, we use tangles to create strings. So it's just a section. It's an open space, a set of open spaces where you can put tangles.
so where the mucas are is a string.
Exactly.
Where
And-
what is?
The
Yeah,
mucus.
repeat. Oh, okay.
And where the fife ends, that was a string. And then the purple flowers, that was another string.
Mm-hmm.
So strings are helpful because your tile is almost too blank, too big. And so when you're trying to decide composition, it's hard. Where do you put what? So if you draw strings randomly, now you have to think within that specific string. But in the
Yes.
context,
Yeah. So a string is a line
Mhm.
to define a space.
Yes.
Yes.
for example, I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah.
That's a string.
Those are strings. Yeah.
We did a whole series of strings when we did
Yes.
the one class where I had,
Mhm.
but in essence, a string is just a layout of spaces. That's all it is. It's a way to divide up a tile into sections.
There was another one when we worked on hearts.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Again, it helps your brain to say, well, first of all, a blank canvas, where do you start, right? You start. When you do random strings, now you think, what can I do in this section? And so you start one section, one string at a time, with one stroke at a time.
And honey, I don't know if this is particular to my computer, but you've been frozen for a while.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
No, I'm fine.
That's
I'm
your
fine.
computer, Janet.
No, it's your internet, Mayor. It's just it gets
Or me.
unstable occasionally, that's all.
Okay.
It's the technology's against us today.
Yeah.
I,
Oh, for sure.
but I greatly appreciate that you guys hung in there. So Peggy's up next week. So I don't know if you want to take the time to do a tile with what little instructions you got today.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
So I like to challenge myself. This under and over thing has been, oops, right side up. Oh, this way, okay. This over and under has been perplexing me on how do you make it happen? And, oh, so how do you make it happen? You draw your strings in graphite, and then you don't put your all of your tangle in entirely until you've mapped out that section that goes through it, under it, or over it. Then you fill in the other tangles around it. So often when we're doing our tangles, we just fill in the section. But if you fill it in entirely, then you lose that opportunity. So it's making your brain have to think differently about how do I protect those spaces so I can achieve the effect that I'm looking for.
Yeah.
And we're going to do some Halabah related stuff next week. At least that was the plan. We can also, look at how you're doing with this tile if you would like to, and we can do a combination because that it is Halabah. I mean, that's the whole bottom line. It's like going behind something else. The question is, the difference is whether you make a choice to Halabah in advance. In other words, you say, I want to plan to Halabah this, so I have to make sure I do it ahead of time. Or as you draw your tangle, you Halabah all the time. We go behind things when we use individual tangles all the time. It's the same concept. It's just how you're doing it in a total tile as opposed to within a specific tangle. Same concept though.
String. Peggy, you can undo and
Spotlight you, that would be good for you, I'm sure. I don't blame you for that. Understood. I think one of the things I wanted to add is I think it's easy to get confused when we start with the whole idea of strings, and a string in Zentangle is just simply a way to divide up a tile. It's a way to create, what do they call them, Haunani? Interstices? I can never say the right word.
Interstices.
Exactly. It's a way to create those spaces in which, and I'll make Linda say it every time I want to use the word from now on. But it's a way to create the little spaces in which you're going to tangle. And so Zentangle in its original state started with strings to do it exactly how Nani was describing, to take the burden off of you of having to decide what in the hell you're doing when you've got a whole full tile. So they said, we're going to use strings. So we automatically divide that tile into sections. So you're not feeling overwhelmed by having to decide what you're going to do by a whole tile. That's a string. Now, last week when we did, or 2 weeks ago, when we did the seashore thing, we used a tangle as a string, right? I
Yes.
mean, Spurious ended up being the center and it created sections. Same kind of thing. How Nani's tiles she created, her tangles created sections. So
Or I tangled
it's,
intersections.
yes.
Just typical, zip, zip, zip. You just put lines.
And what happens as you start to think, oh, this would look really good over top of this, is you just have to think which one you want to put in first.
So
It's not. Go ahead, Hanani. I'm sorry.
the 3.5 inch by 3.5 inch tiles, that is the standard foundational core of Zentangle, is so that not only do we use strings, but we can complete a tile within an hour. So it makes it a doable thing for us. We take that time to pause for us, and we don't make it overwhelming. So this was quite a bit, what I did was quite a bit more than an hour. It took a lot of brain power. But as I'm saying, I'm trying to challenge myself. And once I can think in advance, once I know some of these techniques on how you transition into other tangles or planning in advance, as Peggy was saying, for hollowballing, then it'll become easier. But it takes a while for you to look at it and to look. So I also looked at the end product and look, all right, what did I learn from it? What would I do differently the next time? Rather than, oh, I really don't like that. I should have this, I should have that. I look at a tile and I say, what did I learn from this?
The other thing is, last week when I made my comment about follow me line by line, my reason was to take the burden off of having to worry about doing a new tangle, because you were doing a new tangle and you were putting pen to tile immediately. So it was like, just follow me line by line so you don't have to worry about learning it, or just follow, which takes that same burden off. But now that you know the tangle, you can do, oh, well, that would be cool in front of this or behind that. And so you just stop and think, how might I do that? And probably you shouldn't have followed me last week because my little bobbles were just too fat. I'm kidding, that was a joke. There's a little humor here.
I liked it because I tangled inside the bobbles.
There you go, see? And the other thing is, if you just start a tangle and eventually as you get more comfortable, you can even decide what goes in front and behind as you go. And then go, oh, I could create, because it won't, how it ends up is how it ends up. And then the next tile you can say, well, this one would have been better in front. This one would have been better. You see what I mean? It's like you start to own them. Does that make sense? How Nani does that?
Yes.
And how you shade determines what is in front. Right. And what
Yeah.
I notice. Yep. Peg, could you highlight me?
I can.
You may not have noticed that the outer circle is not shaded completely.
Mm-hmm.
It's only shaded on the pink edge and not on the purple edge.
Huh.
Again, I was playing, what would that do? Because normally we would just put graphite all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to do it, so I just did the pink part. My camera keeps moving. Interesting.
I don't know.
My computer camera is moving.
No, it's better in the center. It definitely
There you
has,
go.
it focuses in the center and at a particular angle. I don't understand.
I understand that the camera is moving it.
Yeah.
Searching out your eyes. Seriously.
Probably.
It's looking for your face.
It's a smart camera.
This brain is really.
Move your head from side to side and see if the camera moves.
Okay, we don't need to entertain you.
It does, actually. I know.
Because I wears Hanani.
Mike
Those of us who like technology are willing to stay a half hour while you play with this.
Okay,
So
go ahead,
Mike-
Hanani.
We're not technologically advanced, but we'd like to also stay and watch.
Because it must be really funny, right?
No, it's very interesting. I find it interesting,
Yeah.
challenging, and interesting.
Very challenging. The
Yeah.
reverse, yeah, the brain has to adjust to that. Mike Jones, I just wanted to let you know, while I was doing this tile, I was actually thinking about you because of how you compose.
Oh, I don't know. Okay, well, thanks. I guess, I don't know. No,
Use
no.
different angles because you have some favorites, but
Oh, yeah, I do. I've been working on different ones. Yep.
why I did that.
Thank you. Thanks. Yeah, I just finished one. I did one called Angelfish.
Want to
I
show?
don't know if you can see it.
All right. You want to see it?
I just tried it. Yeah, I did a bunch of them last week, but this one is new. We haven't, I don't know if we've ever done this. That tango is called Angelfish.
Yes.
I think we did that.
Oh,
Yes.
Yep, we have. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Kind of scene.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's nice. Very good.
I did one called Borders too. Oh, so
Okay, well, here, show us.
the name.
I worked on one called Borders.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's nice. That's fun.
Yeah, I've been doing a bunch of them, so it's fun. I really like this. In fact,
I'm
I
glad.
left
We're
my-
glad.
I left our Zentangle supplies on the dining room table for, I think for 3 days last week. I didn't clean them up, so. I've done a bunch of
I
time.
love it.
Thank
I
you.
love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it. Okay. We have 2 weeks left in this session. So, we'll figure all this out. I'm up next week. So if you decide to work on a tile with the new tangles you've learned today, bring it next week. We can start off with that. And we can, if you have questions, if you are wondering about shading, if you're whatever, we can talk about that before we get started on the next week. I will have registration up for the next session, probably this week. I'll try for this week.
Peggy, I would like to share the one from last week with my
Yes,
big,
yes.
Mhm.
so I finished it.
Which one was it?
Oh, wow, that's wonderful.
lovely.
Oh,
Very nice.
Oh my God, your
Yeah.
bobbles are beautiful.
very nice.
So
Nice.
That is so cool.
they were big, but it worked out.
Yeah.
They were big. I plead guilty. I bobbled bigly. What can I say? It happens sometimes.
Actually, I had fun in the big baubles. Can I show you
Of course you can. Is there
the
any question?
giant baubles?
Oh my
Oh,
God.
nice.
Yes, I
Neat.
did.
Tangled inside of them.
Look at
Yeah,
that.
nice.
That is
Wow.
That's
fantastic.
terrific.
That's a
Gorgeous.
great idea.
I
Yeah.
have it too.
Just, other stuff
Okay.
that we've done.
So I
It
have
was
a
fun.
question. That is absolutely wonderful. So I have a question for you guys. So sometimes I think that we don't get the opportunity to enjoy each other's tiles as much as we might like to. And so I can create a real simple album that you can put your tiles in after a class or when you finish it, like if you don't finish it for 3 weeks after the class, who cares? You can go ahead and you can put your tile, take a picture of it, and then just like you do any picture, you just upload it to the album that I create. Would you be interested in doing that just on our site? I'm not talking about the whole world seeing
Right.
your tiles. I'm just talking about us on our little website. Not Facebook or, any of that. I'm just talking us. So
Right.
I would
Sounds good.
do that.
Mhm.
is that a
Sure, I
yes?
like that.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So I will work on that. I will work on that and see if we can come up with a relatively, because I can do really simple albums on the website and it should be relatively simple for you to upload stuff. So I will try that and we'll see if we can make that happen.
Okay.
And Joanne, those little bobbles, those big
The-
bobbles were brilliant.
Yes. I think we could get ideas from each other that way.
Yes.
Yes, we can.
Absolutely.
I think that's
Good
true.
idea.
No, I agree. And so I was thinking maybe that would be, so let me explore the simplest way to do that on the website rather than any kind of social media stuff. I'm kind of anti-social media these days. So for lots of reasons we won't go into, but I'll see if I can make little mini albums that you can put your stuff in.
Okay.
Great.
Okay, cool beans.
Mhm.
All right.
Could some of the Heritage Village people stay on as you close out? Is that a possibility?
Sure, as far as I'm concerned.
Sure.
I just have a question.
All right,
Yeah.
and Haunani, we'll talk tomorrow.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you'll end up being host, so you'll close it out.
Got it.
Okay,
Stop
cool.
recording.
Thank you.
Thank you. Enjoy. Thank